All right. So here we'll go through this step by step. Is Kali Linux the same thing as VirtualBox? VirtualBox is a VM hosting program that runs on top of your operating system, and it hosts these virtual machines. So it'll run Kali Linux for you. So when you go to this site, you go to virtual machines, and then we're going to click on VirtualBox. If you have VMware, you're more than welcome to use VMware. But for now, we'll do VirtualBox. You just click on it, and it'll automatically start downloading an OVA file. This OVA can take a while to download, so if it does, we're here afterward to help you with that. Otherwise, just continue to watch. So we have our VirtualBox here. Once you've downloaded the OVA file for Kali, we just go over here to File, Import Appliance. We'll get this screen to give the file location. I'll click on this button right here. And since it's in my downloads folder, I see it right here. Just click it, click open, next. Okay, and then it wants you to agree to a software license because Kali, it hosts malicious tools, and they want to make sure you're not using it for malicious stuff. So you are now legally bound to not use it for malicious stuff. Okay, that's basically what you're agreeing to. You just go ahead and agree to it, and VirtualBox will automatically start importing the OVA file into VirtualBox. Do they mean malicious as in black hat? Yes. Or even gray hat. Because Kali is supposed to be used for educational purposes. That's really the whole intention. Or educational purposes and also professional. What's gray hat? Gray hat is the middle of white hat and black hat. So white hat is, you're hacking for the right reasons. You're signed up with a company to do legal penetration tests and report vulnerabilities. Gray hat is where you hack into a place for the fun of it, and then afterwards you give without any sort of legal binding or any sort of knowledge on the company's part, and then they just go and report the vulnerability to them. No, that would be black hat. Gray hat is where you do it and then you tell the company how to fix it. It's gray hat is, as it implies, a gray area. Okay. So now our VirtualBox VM, our Kali VM is now imported. And all we do is we start it up. I have all the instructions on here. I'll show the slides later. Okay, got an error. Yes, I had this trouble earlier. So VirtualBox, at least for me, has this weird error where it doesn't like USB 2.0 controller. You can either fix this by disabling USB 2.0 or downloading Oracle VM VirtualBox extension pack. Because I'm lazy, I'm just going to disable the USB. So I go into settings, USB, and just select USB 1.1. Again, settings, USB 1.1. Let me go ahead and boot it up. Yeah, so gray hat doesn't get explicit permission to hack. Okay, now we're in here, click enter, or let that screen, run out. Yeah, we just let this boot up, and we'll get a login screen. The login information for this is Kali, K-A-L-I, and the password is also Kali. So congratulations, you just did your first hack. It's called brute force. Hope you enjoyed that. That's actually a strategy. You use the password and username. They're the same thing. We see that sometimes. Sometimes we just password guess, like password 1, and it works. But yeah, you now have Kali Linux, and you're pretty much all set for our future workshops after you get to this point. For the VMware importation, it's pretty much the same process. You just go to File, Open, and then go to your downloads or wherever it is that you place this OVA file. You select it and just click Open. And you need to accept the terms of agreement, name it whatever you want. Failed, let's retry. This worked earlier. There we go. Yeah, this whole installation process is very easy. Just to go through it again one more time. Let's see here. VirtualBox. You just open VirtualBox, go to File, Import Appliance, and then select wherever it is that you have downloaded Kali or move this Kali via. And you never want to delete this, by the way, for two reasons. First, you got to re-download it. Second, it'll probably mess up your VM. So I would recommend storing this in a safe place. I usually put all of mine in VM images, just the file I created. And yeah, the VMware, again, very similar process. Wrong one. Click File, Open, and then again, just select the OVA file that we downloaded. That makes sense? All right. And I'll post these slides so you have an instruction set for you. Also include some images, just in case you guys got a little lost. Again, the default username and password for this are Kali and Kali. Have that right there. Same thing for VMware. Thank you everyone for showing up today. I hope you enjoyed this introduction to OSS and installing Kali Linux. We're going to be staying after in case you guys need any help, like I mentioned earlier, or if you just want to talk. And here's that link again to our Google form that, again, is just a quick form about your experience, what you'd like to see with the club, what you want to do with the club. And it'll also allow you to access our Slack channel. We'll invite you to that. We'll invite you to that later on, like probably this weekend. Yeah, other than that, thank you for showing up, and I hope you all have a good week.